Boom, monkeys, and we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. We've got a couple of tokens we got to cover tonight. One of the things that I do definitely want to hit up is something that I have not been following up on, which is the DXY. The DXY has been telling us a tale that we do need to follow because that's pretty much going to say which way BTC may end up heading towards this upcoming bull run and stuff like that. So how you cats doing tonight? I'm hoping you guys are having a blast. It's Saturday evening, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to cover a little bit of Bitcoin. Now, there's a token that I've never covered on this chat before, and that token's going to be Oath. I've never covered Oath on here, and I found out a couple things about Oath that I definitely want to hit up you monkeys on. I think Oath is going to be a great token. The Beebus guy is always freaking always got some alpha and stuff like that, man. So we definitely got to hit up some Oath. Now, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the hardest working trucker in America. Ahora sí live. Hey, gracias, amigo. Gracias, amigo. Now, since you're on here, Tex-Mex, let me see if I can work a little bit of magic here. Bear with me. And you will be knighted as a moderator, amigo. You deserve it. You grind it out, son. And I think you deserve it, Tex-Mex. You are now as one of my moderators. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hit up the memes of the day. And they're pretty damn funny. They're pretty damn funny. A little bit of freaking crypto-related memes, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Let me go and get sucker prep for you cats. I think you guys are going to laugh, and you're probably going to be able to relate to this, dude. And this is what it's like being a damn freaking investor. So let's check out what the memes have to say.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Again! Oh my god!
Good time.
Oh my god!
And I'm sure you cats have felt it a lot harder than that, man, when we went into our fucking into our freaking bear run, man. It was a lot worse than 50%. I know you cats felt the pain. Got to give you some credit, though, man. You weren't shaken out. And I think one of the reasons that I believe a lot of us were not shaken out is because we're moon gangers. Since we're moon gangers, we're used to the freaking volatility, and we've got the community letting us know that shit's going to be okay. This is normal. To your conventional person that does not have a crew, to them, it's kind of wild as hard as we want to push this shit. You know what I'm saying? So now this meme isn't in Spanish. Don't worry, I will translate. And I'm sure Tex-Mex, you'll agree with me on this one. You know what I'm saying? It says, todo como debe de estar. Everything as how it should be. Let's go ahead and play this sucker.
Es bonito, ¿verdad? Perfectamente equilibrado, como todo debe estar. Es bonito, ¿verdad? Perfectamente equilibrado, como todo debe estar.
It says, it's beautiful, isn't it? This is exactly how everything should be. Evil laughter. Evil laughter, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Ay, ay, ay. Give me 1 second, cats. Un moment. And I am back. Let's hit up the freaking Bitcoin chart. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how BTC is doing. And we're also going to hit up some P-Hedron today. And I also want to definitely hit up some freaking doggone, I want to hit up some doggone freaking, of course, as the title says, some freaking, is it time to buy eHEX? Let's find out. Let's find out. But first, we have to start up with the Bitcoin chart. We are going to hit up the fragrance of the day, by the way. Give me a second, cats. I'm going to shut down my freaking Telegram because this thing's giving alerts left and right, son. Left and freaking right. Let me shut this sucker down. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, you guys are going to like the fragrance of the day too, man. It's some high-speed shit. It is affordable as well. You guys are definitely going to like the frag of the day. I think it's dope. I think it's gangster. And a definite must-have for the collection, if anything. Know what I mean? Definite must-have for the collection. So let's hit up the Bitcoin chart. Let's see what the Bitcoin chart is entailing. Bitcoin is currently at 41,694. We did come to the downside, and I'm seeing a little bit of a bear flag, but we'll check up on the DXY to see why we may be heading to the downside. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get this drawing tool here. So if I grab this drawing tool, bring it down, and I shoot it back up this way, that may look a little bit like a bear flag. I know I can't draw. I'm not much of a drawing type, but this is pretty much what a bear flag usually entails. So that means we meet tongue twister, man. That means we may be coming down to the downside. We'll probably end up hitting this area of support about 40,000 or possibly 39,878. Only time will tell. Now, I'm under the sentiment that I think that we won't break under 40,000 for the reason being because 40,000 is a psychological level. I think that the 40,000 mark right here, as a matter of fact, let me make it a little bit bigger because I don't think we'll break below that. But who knows? Only time will tell. Let's see what the DXY says, if anything. If we look at our 60-day cycle, we are printing. If we don't go lower than this, we may already be at day 66 of the 60-day cycle. If we continue down lower, then we'll probably end up going lower than that, if anything. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So let's see what else I see here, man. Let's see what the let's see what the MACD has to say about this shit. Currently, in freaking histogram, that shit always pops up, man. Histogram. Everything seems somewhat bearish as far as the MACD goes. It does seem like we're breaking down to the downside. Again, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Let's see where we are at with the EMA ribbon. Let's see. The EMA ribbon is still kind of bullish, if anything, because the yellow portion is still to the top side and the red portion is to the bottom side. So that means we may continue rallying. Now, as you guys can see, the EMA ribbon's pretty tight together. Usually when it's pretty tight, the candles stick to it pretty hard. Now, when it opens up, then you start getting these massive tight bounces within the EMA ribbon. But it does not seem like it's opening up. If it doesn't open up, we're probably not going to do a lot of volatile moves. Let's see how we look on the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands, we got plenty of room to the downside. The funny thing is this yellow line down here takes us down to that level of about 39,887 or 39,922. So if it does come down, that's still kind of a good thing because we can go ahead and freaking buy some more. It'll give us a buying opportunity before the Bitcoin halving, which is actually a pretty good thing. Now, I do know that Charlie, when he does run his crypto mindset course, which I do think is going live in approximately 6 days from now to go ahead and buy it, he usually does prep those for a market dip. So he is expecting a market dip more than likely. Let's see where we go to. Now, if we do break below 39,834, we do have this other support level of about 38,111. And then if we go below 38,111, we also have about 35,421. I think we'll probably do fine at about 38,111 if we do break down that low. I mean, I would like to break down that low. I always enjoy being a bear because it gives me another chance to buy, if anything. You know what I mean? So today we also got my homie freaking mechanic. What's doing good with Icosa pumping? Fabulous, homie. Fabulous, man. And then we got none other than Angry Twinkie. What is good, gang? What is good? ¿Qué pasa, amigo? What's going on, Mr. Twinksters? Let's hit up a little bit of, let's see, what should we do? Let's do something boring, man. Let's do some freaking ETH, son. Let's do some freaking ETH. Let's see how ETH is playing out. ETH's current value is at about 24.77. Let's go ahead and take the freaking 60-day cycle on this bad boy. We are barely at day 18. We got plenty of room to run. Now, if we do come down, let me push this sucker up. Let me push this sucker up, man. So if I bring this down here, we do break down, we'll probably come down to about 23.33, which is a great area to buy some ETH. Hopefully we do come to the downside because I do want to fill up a little bit more of my ETH bag. I have been buying some altcoins, so I need to even out my portfolio a little bit more. So I think Ethereum is probably going to be a great buy. Would I buy some Ethereum right now? I would say yes. Why am I saying yes if we break to the downside? Because we are exactly at this level of support right here, which is about 24.48. And because we're touching that level of support, that may be one of the areas we may stop at. So I wouldn't put my entire bag on there, but food for thought. And none of this is financial advice, by the way, cats. So if I was to get some ETH right now, I would buy some. I'd buy a little bit of ETH, and then I would wait for it to break past freaking 26.11, 26.17 before I would buy a little bit more if we do rally to the upside. Now, if we break below this area of about 24.50, let's see where the EMA ribbon puts us. Dude, I don't think we'll break below this EMA ribbon, if anything. If we do break below the EMA ribbon, we'll probably come halfway down to about 23.67. And that would make a little bit of sense because as this EMA ribbon extends, we still have time to run. We got this area of support, this giant ass yellow line. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought. We are seeing a little bit of a bullish pennant on Ethereum, though. Hence another reason why I think that it's okay to get a little bit of it because we want to be safe. So if you look at this up here, it kind of looks like a little flag. And that usually entails that we run up. Know what I mean? So it may be some time to get a little bit of Ethereum before we continue rallying. I will not ape in the whole bag, not financial advice, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I have been studying up a lot on my freaking candle patterns. And I was actually looking at this pattern yesterday. It's called the pennant, which is usually bullish because it kind of looks like a bull flag, but except that it's a little bit more triangular than the bull flag, if anything. But I mean, let's see where we're at with our Bollinger Bands. We do have this 20-day moving average as an area of support, which is also on this green line. Areas we do need to compromise for freaking Ethereum is about 27.14. I think we'll definitely do that. You know, this is wild. We're at 24.76 now. I remember in the year in 2021, man, that freaking Ethereum was at a steal if you managed to get it at $2,700. I remember that shit. So to say that you can get it right now a little bit for about 24.76 is not a bad deal, homie. It is not a bad deal at all. You know what I mean? So don't forget about ETH. You definitely want to use that to stabilize your portfolio. I would get a little bit more ETH and I would get Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin just bores the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? And then we got Scott Connor, made it. And then we got this chick named Crypto MILF. Evening, gentlemen. Boob is pumping again. Someone added more liquidity. I don't know, man. That sounds like a shit coin. Put you in a little bit of timeout, man. We don't do shit. I mean, unless I haven't done my research on that, man. I don't know about that shit, man. Boob. Get the heck out of here, bro. It may end up rallying, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over to Pulse Chain. Let's see how Pulse Chain is doing. Now, we do have a wrapped Pulse Chain here. Its current value, dude, is at about 3 zeros and an 1180. Is this Pulse Chain? Yeah, it is 3 zeros and an 1180. We are supported by the 10-day moving average. It does seem it's bouncing on that area of support. Now, this could actually be, if I look at this, the way I'm seeing this shit, I'm going to pull this sucker down so I can show you cats what I mean. What I'm seeing here may be an Elliott wave, if anything. So we came up here, we came back down, we came up here, we came back down, and it may be that we came back here, and now we're starting the ABC wave, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So it may be that we're going to come back down, pop back up, and then continue back down over here to about 4.09718. Now, these Elliott waves don't always play out. And let me go ahead and make that a little bit thicker for you cats so you guys can see it. So it may come back up over here, and then it'll probably come back down. Hopefully so, man. Hopefully so. That'll give you cats a little bit more buying opportunity on a little bit of pulse chain, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, what moving average are we on? Not moving average, but what day of the 20-day cycle are we on? Let's check this sucker out, man. Let's check this sucker out. We are at about day 12. Dude, this shit is playing out. This shit is definitely playing out. Let me show you what I mean. We are about 12 days in, cats. 12 days in, 13, 14 days in. So, around, I would say that about from here all the way to about January 28th, we may see the low on pulse chain before it starts rallying again, because it does seem we're finishing our 20-day cycle. As stated, we are already on day 14, as you guys can see here, but the lowest day we got was day 12. Usually you don't get a low on day 12. It may occur, but that in itself is an anomaly, if anything. So I'm assuming that if we push the sucker all the way to day 21, around this time frame, from tomorrow all the way to about January 28th is when we'll probably hit the low, man. That's when we'll probably hit the low, and it'll give you guys a little bit more opportunity to buy pulse chain and buy eHEX cheaper. Maybe even some of the main RH coins for you cats that are freaking heavily invested in that. Know what I mean? So that's what we got on pulse chain. Damn straight, Connor. No shit coinery. Damn straight, son. Damn straight. Now, let's go hit over a little bit of freaking Hex USDC. And this is the original Bitcoin, not Bitcoin chart, but the Hex chart on freaking on doggone on Uniswap V2. Its current value is at about 87% of a penny. And is it a good time to buy? If we take this freaking measuring tool, we're at about day 17. That may be the last day before we start another pump on freaking eHEX. And if that's the case, we want to take advantage of that. So would I ape in and buy some more? I would say yes. Right now would be a good time to get a little bit of freaking Hex. eHEX, that is, because I'm extremely bullish on eHEX more than I am on pHEX, because I am hoping that we do freaking, I'm hoping that Richard Hart wins this case, or the judge decides to drop the case, if anything, because if they decide to drop the case, then we can get an exchange listing on some of the pulse chain coins, which would be bullish. We won't have to use any of the bridges to freaking bridge over from Ethereum over to pulse chain. Know what I mean? So I would be DCAing into Hex. It's not at a bad value. A lot of people actually have an average of eHEX at about freaking 4 pennies to 3 pennies to 2 pennies. So, dude, right now is not a bad time to get some eHEX. Areas we do need to compromise. So let's say we start rallying from here. The area we do need to beat is this area of about 1 penny and 22% of another penny before we continue rallying to the upside. Then the next area we would need to compromise would be at 1 penny and 67% of a second penny. And then we would have an easy battle from there, I think. Remember that, because we don't have any resistance right here at this point in time. So the next area up will be about freaking 3 pennies and 50% of another penny. That'll probably the next area we need to compromise, man. People have been freaking very bullish on the pulse chain ecosystem, possibly because Richard Hart already shook all the freaking paper hands out, which I think is a good thing. And I definitely think freaking the pulse chain ecosystem is going to do fabulous. But I do think that eHEX especially is going to do really good. Hopefully freaking Richard gives us a PulseX airdrop on Ethereum. That would be gangster, son. That would be gangster. So if we are starting a new 20-day cycle on this bad boy, we would continue all the way to about February 3rd, possibly to about February 10th. That would possibly be the next areas where we find a new low. Of course, that being said, if Hex doesn't dump anymore. But it does seem that it is holding up pretty well, especially because I got this yellow. Oh, shit. Let me go ahead and freaking fix that. Let me grab this yellow box, make it a little bit bigger for you cats. And push it down this way. And that would be a decent area of support. Hence why it's there. You know what I'm saying? That would be a fabulous area of support. We got a shitload of support within that yellow box, and we're slightly above on it. You know what I mean? As you can tell, the candle's right above this yellow box. And again, as stated, being redundant, this is a strong ass area of support, monkeys. You know what I mean? Yo, US Crypto Boogie, how much does a wrench cost? Hilarious, dude. Hilarious, man. Know what I'm saying? Okay, since now we hit up the freaking main token we're supposed to talk about, let's do a little bit of fragrance review, man. Let's do a little bit of fragrance review. Now, of course, you guys know that I'm a frag head, and that stands for fragrance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also a gun nut. But today's fragrance of the evening is Invictus Victory, the original Invictus Victory. There's another one called freaking there's another one called Invictus Victory Elixir. That one's a little bit fresher, and that one is off the chain too, man. That one would be more for day. This sucker would be more for night. And I think this sucker is dope, man. Invictus Victory is just black with a V, and then the other stuff usually says Elixir at the bottom. Now, what vibes am I getting from this sucker? You get like a powdery freaking vibe from this shit, and it's a little bit gourmand, man. Gourmand meaning it smells like a freaking something you can eat. So it does have the whole freaking chocolate thing, and add it with a little bit of pepper. If you look at the notes on this bad boy, it's got vanilla, tonka, lavender, lemon. I mean, my nose isn't that advanced to pick up those aspects, but that's what they say they have. This sucker does last a good time. I think it lasts about a good 5 hours. I would do about 5 sprays on this bad boy, but it emits about 2 feet away from you. So I have gotten some compliments from the sucker. It is damn good. A lot of people usually hate the Invictus line because it tends to freaking smell very freaking synthetic, if anything, and cheapish. That's what they say. I've always liked the Invictus Victory line. But yeah, man, this is a good option. Now, if you guys have a chance, get this one and get the Elixir. I didn't get to do a price check for you guys, but it is pretty damn affordable. You know what I'm saying? And then we got a Sending Man. Sending Man says, make the woman want to sniff me, Boogie. Laugh my ass off. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Frags is where it's at. It's Kevin Samuels, when I talked to him, man, and I had a consultation with that guy. I mean, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, bro. That guy was big, man, on style. And he said, the main things you want to focus on are the 3 F's. And you can add a 4th one. Imagine what the 4th one is. I don't want to say it. It's frames, fragrance, footwear. You always want to rock those 3. But first, you need to learn how to wash your ass, bro. A lot of dudes don't know how to freaking wash themselves fucking properly before they go out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys can watch Kevin Samuels' old videos, man, he does talk a lot about fragrance, man. And this does make a difference, man, if anything. Fragrance is important. Of course, don't break the bank with all the fragrances. I'm just a frag head, man. Hence why I have a shitload of frags. You know what I mean? I used to sell them on eBay as well, man, because fragrances, they actually go up in value like these bad boys do, guns. And they're always usually in demand. You know what I mean? Especially the ones that are discontinued, and especially if it's a timeless fragrance. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So Scott Connor, he did make a comment that said, stake those hex t-shirts, mint the hedron, stake that to mint Icosa, money printer, go round. I concur, amigo. I concur, man. Definitely, homie. So I definitely want to hit up some Oath token. And shout out to my boy Twinkie. He dropped me a lot of alpha on freaking Oath. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what Oath entails, man. Oath's current value is about 3 pennies. 3 pennies and 70% of a current penny right now. Now, when I first looked at the Oath token, I thought it was still on Phantom. Mind you, last bull run, at the end of the bull, once we figured out that we were already in a bear run, a week prior to that, People still thought we were in a bull run, and I bought some oath at about 18 or 19 cents. So, and it used to be on the Phantom ecosystem. But yesterday I was checking out this freaking chart, which you guys see right. Well, not this one specifically, but there was another chart that I was looking at, and it was the Oath Phantom chart. And I noticed that, dude, it was at a super freaking low price. Of course, I think it was at 3 pennies and 50% of a penny. And if you looked at the chart, we were way at the bottom, man. So I saw that shit. And then I saw my incentive token because, of course, I mean, incentive token's always great to flip. I flipped some of those freaking coins, and I tried getting me some of that freaking, some more oath on Phantom. And I noticed that everywhere I tried buying it, dude, there was liquidity issues. And I ran the number crunch on it, and the average value that I would be buying oath at on the Phantom ecosystem was like at 11 cents. So I'm like, what the frick, bro? So I texted my boy Twinkie, like, hey, bro, like, check this out, man. Phantom's at a great price. But he told me, yeah, bro, but if you look correctly on Deck Screener, you could see where you could get it. And I noticed that this sucker was here on Velodrome. I never heard of freaking Velodrome, and it looks freaking weird. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that it was an optimism. And I remember some of the cats talking about oath migrating over to optimism. So I went ahead and I added the freaking optimism thing on my MetaMask, the optimism RPC. And I used the condom wallet on Velodrome to go ahead and get me some freaking oath from that incentive token profit. Now, as you guys can see, we had a Giga Chad candle pump. Look at this shit. And that was on January 10th. The recent lows on this sucker was at 3 pennies flat. The lowest low on this bad boy, of course, this was on October 11th of 2023, man. That was at a price point of about 2 pennies and 60% of another penny. But on the other chart, it looked like that was the low, but then I discovered it was on freaking optimism. So what I went ahead and I did, I used the V2 Spooky Swap Axler bridge, and I went ahead and I bridged over a lot of my oath that I had on Phantom, and I sent it over to optimism. So food for thought, cats. Oath is a great project, man. The Beebus people and the Bite Masons, they've always been squared away cats. I do think, though, because if you take this 20-day cycle, we're barely on about day 13. So we're approaching the area where we may come to a new low. Do I think we'll retrace all the way back down here? I don't think we will. So let me show you cats what I mean. I don't think we'll retrace all the way back down here. Those days are over. Hopefully we do come down there so I can buy some more. But I think that we may come down here to about 3 pennies and 59% of another penny. So that would be another area I would possibly ape in more. Hopefully it does break down a little bit more. If I look at this chart closely, we do have this area of support. So if you look at this wick over here, and I pull this sucker forward, and I make contact with this wick over here. So let me go erase this sucker so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. About here, let me grab the freaking drawing tool, put it over here. Boom, right there. I do think that we can possibly come down here. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I do want to freaking retrace down to that area. Now note, this may be portion 2 of an Elliott wave before we start riding into the portion 3. So we came back up over here, and now seems like we're possibly going to break down over here. So that would put us at 2. And then 3 is, I don't have any history over here. So 3 is, at minimal, we got to break this area of about 4 pennies before we continue rallying to the upside. I don't know where area 3 is going to be at because we have no data and knowledge on this. I would have to look at the old oath token on the Phantom side to see where possibly we have areas of resistance going to the upside. But yeah, man, I think oath is a great token. I'm glad I got some. You cats are going to have to get it on Velodrome, though. So if you click on Velodrome right here, let's see. I will probably drop it in here it is. Here it is, cats. Let me go and share this in the chat with you guys because I don't want you guys to go somewhere else and then get freaking slammed on this shit. You know what I'm saying? There you go. It's on the swap. So if you guys want to hit it up, you can hit it up there. Or come over to Deck Screener, man. And you could possibly get it here in this area, man. It'll tell you where to get it. If you come down here to this portion of the screen, over here, that's where you can access Velodrome. But again, please use a condom wallet. Don't use your main wallet because your ass is going to get wrecked. So food for thought, cats. Food for thought, man. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I was talking to Twinkie on this. And if you guys remember anything about Beats, if you went ahead and you integrated 20% of your Phantom coins with your current Beats average, which would be 80%, this would be 20, you would mix them together, you would get something called F Beats. Well, there's another one here called Bonded Oath as well. Twinkie was talking about this. You can go to beats.fi, change your doggone freaking user interface from Phantom to Optimism after you input the correct RPC, and it'll take you to the options there. So there you go, man. If you cats want to get a little bit of freaking Bonded Oath, that may be an option. I do need to do a little bit more research on it so I can explain it better to you cats. Of course, time was of the essence when creating this video. So food for thought, cats. Look into it before you ape into it. But I think Oath is a damn good project. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I've been telling people not to sell Phantom coins, and a lot of people are wrecked now. Yeah, dude. Know what I'm saying? But then again, Michael Kong, bro, that dude keeps freaking dropping the ball, bro. He keeps freaking dropping the freaking ball. Hopefully everything turns out great on Phantom now. I think we're going to do good, man. But it would not surprise me if something stupid happens again. You know what I mean? All right, let's cover a little bit of, let's do some head drawn monkeys. You know what? We were supposed to do the fucking DXY. Let's hit up the DXY, man. Because I know the DXY entails a lot as to what's going on right now. Now, the DXY, as you guys can tell, we were going through some freaking major pain, bro. Let me go ahead and make this sucker bigger. This is on the daily, by the way. We were going through some major pain when this shit was going on. This is on the weekly, by the way. I remember that this was rallying to the upside, which is the US dollar index, and it was going to the upside. And every time the dollar would go up, Bitcoin would freaking go down. A lot of the altcoins were getting us wrecked. You know what I'm saying? So I remember that area of pain when we were going through it. And it gave us a lot of buying opportunities, and a lot of people left the crypto space when that occurred. So putting this sucker on the daily, because now we're on the daily because I want to show you guys a little bit more data. It seems like we're starting to develop that again. So some of the influencers or some of the TA guys that I listen to have been saying that if doggone freaking Bitcoin, or I'm sorry, the DXY, the dollar index, keeps rallying to the upside the same way this did, we may see Bitcoin go down possibly to $36,000. I don't think we will, but I mean, of course, I can be wrong. Not all technical analysts are correct. Today on UTC time, we are printing a red candle. The DXY is at 103.239. I am hoping this candle, and if it doesn't, that's cool, comes all the way down here. And, well, not all the way down there, but let me show you what I mean. Because it does have areas of support. If I grab this trend line and I put it over here, this may be an area of support that it may be coming down to on this area right here. So if it does come down here, we do have the 102.613 area. If it does come down, we'll probably see Bitcoin rally a little bit. If the DXY continues going to the upside, then you'll probably see Bitcoin dump. So keep your eyes. If you're swing trading, this is a good chart to see. So keep your eyes open, sharp on the DXY. Put the sucker on the daily to see how it's working out. And if we do break down, that means Bitcoin's going to rally. But if we do continue following this trend to the upside, like we did over here, we may see some dumpage on Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Now, usually the DXY in the bear market, along with Bitcoin, they're inverse correlated, meaning that whenever the value of the DXY goes up, Bitcoin goes down. And whenever the value of the DXY goes down, Bitcoin goes up. You know what I mean? But there is times when in the DXY, the value of the dollar is going up and Bitcoin is also going up as well, especially when we're in good economies. You know what I mean? I would have to do more research on this, but I'm sure I can find this when Trump was in office and he was running the economy where the DXY was going up and at the same time Bitcoin was going up with it. That wouldn't surprise me. Mind you, but at the time being, it does seem that for a short period of time at least, or at least for this year, we may be a little bit inverse correlated with the DXY. So food for thought, cats. Food for thought. I did want to share that with you, monkeys. And then we got Rat Demon here. Yo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? What's going on, Rat? How you doing, homie? Every time I hear your name, I think of that one song from freaking the Scorpion. Is it the Scorpions? No, it's Rat. Round and Round. You know what I mean? That was one of my favorite bands from back in the day, man. Hence why I rocked the tiger stripe and shit like that. You know what I mean? Freaking 80s hair bands was my thing. 80s hair. I mean, I don't think that's the only thing I listen to is freaking Mexican music. Nah, homie. I do it all, man. I listen to all kinds of freaking music. Now, I wanted to share this with you, cats. Let me go and share this with you, monkeys. This is the link to my link tree. I want you monkeys to follow me here. And here, you can get a hold of me if you monkeys want a consultation. If you guys need help with your freaking portfolio or you want to DCA into certain areas, I could tell you what I did, but it's not financial advice. You know what I mean? But you guys can hit me up there, hit me up on Instagram, or hit me up on Twitter, man. And I'll freaking try to help you guys out, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go ahead and look what's doing well in the pulse chain ecosystem. So let's go over to the crypto bubbles. Here at gopulse.com, we can see that a lot of the coins that are rallying are pretty much freaking shit coins. The only one we have doing pretty good over here, the strongest, is freaking Icosa, and that's at 1258. And I'm assuming this is P Icosa. Everything else seems like they're a bunch of shit coins, man. PUSDC, PZen, Legal, PCult, PSSH, TSFI, BFF, PUSDT, Blast, Atropa, Down. So yeah, man, that's what's doing hot right now. I wouldn't buy into these tokens. I mean, the only times you really want to invest in these tokens is when they're down and you want to make more money off this shit. I think this one over here belongs to that one cat, Trayvon, man, more. You know what I mean? Now, for you cats that don't have this freaking chart, don't open it up on your freaking phone because your phone just does not give you the data you need. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. I'm sharing in the chat with you cats. So if you guys want that data, that's always great to hit up. Let's see what else we got left. We already covered ETH. Let's hit up some freaking PHEX. Let's see how PHEX is doing. PHEX current value is at about 1% of a penny and 63% of a penny. It does seem like we're going to the downside. Let's measure this sucker. Let's give this sucker a measurement. And it does seem that a lot like eHEX, we may be coming to the downside. It would not surprise me if we come down to this area of about 1 penny and 43% of a penny, or possibly even 1 penny and 36% of a penny. As you guys can tell here on the freaking MACD, we are about to go bearish. So you can see that this blue line is going to go ahead and cross this freaking red line, and that usually entails we break to the downside. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So food for thought, cats. And let me go and shut the sucker down. Let me see. So as stated right here, if I pull this sucker over here, we may get a low somewhere from tomorrow all the way to about January 28th, just like eHEX. That's when we'll find our low. Now, what will be gangster, and I know a lot of Hexicans wouldn't like this, man, if we come down over here to 96% of a penny. I would really like that. I would really like that because it gives me an opportunity to buy more freaking PHEX. Any chances we get now, take advantage of them, man, because once the bull runs here, forget it, son. You're not going to get a lot of dips unless a black swan event happens. You know what I mean? So food for thought, monkeys. That's what eHEX is entailing. Know what I mean? So we'll cover the last token of the day, which is none other than p-hedron. Know what I mean, monkeys? I know Hedron's probably going to do pretty well. I think it will end up doing well. Know what I mean? But do not be surprised, cats, if in 2024 we do have some type of black swan event. I do know there's a lot of shit going on in the political system with our with Donald Trump running, and then all the stuff that's going on in Ukraine, all this talks that they have with Taiwan and freaking China, and things of that nature. It would not surprise me, man, that we end up facing some type of black swan event, kind of like when Android 19 ended up hitting us. You know what I'm saying there's no predicting of it. The only thing you can do is just continue to DCA. That's it. So make sure you always keep some dry powder on the side, monkeys, just in case shit hits the fan and you guys need an opportunity to buy. You know what I mean? And have multiple exchanges open along with Kraken, Coinbase, Gemini, Crypto.com, and which other ones you can end up getting. I know that the United States is pretty damn regulated with everything that's going on. Dude, I used to love KuCoin. Man, dude, KuCoin was my favorite exchange, bro. It's just unfortunate that we can't use it in the States anymore. People have told me, yeah, you can use it, man. Dude, I've tried, bro. I've tried using KuCoin. This shit does not work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? Even utilizing a VPN, dude, you can't use KuCoin anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then Rat Demon commented, World War III. Yeah, man, that's a decent possibility, bro. World War III. I was listening to Glenn Beck earlier today, and I think he was on the Patrick Bet David podcast, and he was talking about the possibilities of World War III occurring, man. And one of the individuals on the panel, he seemed like a former politician. He explained that possibly by August, man, is when China may end up hitting up freaking Taiwan because they may end up having to do a move because they don't want Donald Trump to be elected. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows that when Donald Trump was in office, a lot of people didn't want to do stupid shit. A lot of countries didn't want to do stupid shit. You know what I mean? Because they would end up getting sanctioned and stuff like that. I've heard Miguel say this before too, and I think he's getting his data from Ray Dalio. If China were to get freaking what do you call that, man? Sanctions put on them, bro. It could possibly break up into a bunch of different countries, if anything, man. Because China, as it is, it's already starving. China is freaking starving, son. It's a big ass country, and there's people on there, bro, that can't get freaking food for themselves, bro. I've heard the argument before, man, that we're eating too many processed foods, but there is more people in the world. So sometimes that may be the only option we have. Richard has also made the argument because a lot of people are saying that the world is overpopulated, which I don't think it is. I think the world was designed to handle a lot more people than what we do have. You know what I mean? And Richard made this comment. He said, if you think the world is freaking overpopulated, get up on a plane, man, go up in the air, and you'll see that it's not. It's just overpopulated in the major cities, and people go to the major cities and they live in the major cities because they want more of a social life. They want more interaction with people. Dating's a little bit better. They've got more option of things to do and places to go. You know what I mean? Versus cats that live out in the freaking ranch or they live out in the freaking in the country. They're more accustomed to freaking a slower, quieter, more peaceful life, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So, food for thought, cats. Just keep some dry powder ready just in case the market dips. I'm hoping that we don't have a black swan event. That would be dope. I am not a fan of black swan events, but there's no predicting them. There's no predicting them. You know what I'm saying? So, let's hit up the final token of the day. And that is going to be freaking Hedron, son. Hedron's current value is at about 6 zeros and a 2961. Let's take our measurement tool. And Hedron is currently at about, day 14. So anywhere from tomorrow all the way to about January 28th, again, a lot like eHEX, is when we'll probably see our bottom. Now, we do have this red and green box here, which are areas of support. You know what I mean? These are all areas of support. So if we do come down here, I think we'll probably stop at 6 zeros and a 2297. That's the areas we'll probably go down to. I would slightly start DCAing into Hedron if you guys want to get some. It does seem like it's going to continue rallying to the downside. I'm hoping it does because I do want to get a little bit more of Hedron, man. Let's see if we were to waste $100 on Hedron, what would that give us at the time being? $100 on Hedron would give us about 337 million. Let's try $300. $300 would give us roughly 1 billion Hedron. So, dude, it's not at a bad price. But if it does come down lower, bro, I'll probably get more Hedron because I am extremely bullish on Hedron. I just provide a lot of utility to the freaking Hex ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Areas we do need to compromise. Let's say everything goes in the opposite direction. We end up rallying up. Would be around this area here of about 6 zeros and a 4082. Now let's go ahead and activate these bad boys. On the Bollinger Bands, dude, we got room to come to the downside. And of course, we got this 20-day moving average, and it is at the top line, which I did point out in the area where I do think it may come down to. So as far as these goes, the 50, the 100, and the 200, next area of support that we do have now would be the 200-day moving average, and that would be at 6 zeros and a 2-4. But I think we'll probably break below that, and we'll retest this area of about 6 zeros and a 2-3-1-9. Again, this area of support here in this box, dude, we got a shitload of support there. I don't think we'll break down below that. It would be dope if we would, because my ass would be buying some more. So that pretty much covers it, cats. That pretty much covers freaking the Hedron ecosystem. And then Ascending Man, don't forget that Hedron and Icosa will be combined. So simply buy the cheapest. Ascending Man, I need to talk to you, man. I need to talk to you. See if I can give you see if I can give you a call after the stream. I want to talk to you a little bit if you don't mind. Is that cool? Is that cool, amigo? All right, cats. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the stream. Please give this video a like. Share the video on the freaking doggone Twitter. Share the video on YouTube. Share it amongst your friends. Share my content with your homies, man. People want to know about guns, fragrance, and freaking crypto. I'm the guy to come to. Hit me up. If you guys want freaking a consultation, you guys got my data on there, man. I will be posting a badass thumbnail on this video on Instagram, so follow me there. Mind you, cats, on Instagram, I always drop freaking raw gun content that's freaking cool as hell. And it won't bore you because it's only 1 minute and 30 seconds long. It won't be a freaking whole freaking 1 hour, whole long video like we're doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, cats. We got Paul Sachs here. Barely see you through all that tiger stripe camo. Hey, man. Tiger Stripes where it's at, son. Tiger Stripes where it's at, man. Catch you monkeys on the flip side. Give this video a like.